Join in on the fun and grab your glue gun. It's the Preppy Crafty Girl.
Hey everyone, it's Jonna the Preppy Crafty Girl, and I am here for I Want My Saturday Cartoons series that I am doing on my channel. And I welcome you to my table of goodness today. I am not doing a live on this Saturday because I am hosting some people, and so instead I thought I would just talk about the things that you're going to want to start to curate before we start in July actually making the journals. And I just have a few ideas. This is just things I've been collecting for a really long time, but you can, add your own twist to things, and you do you in this whole series. This is just about having fun, being a kid, embracing our little 5-year-old self, and all things cereals and waffles and pancakes and morning cartoons and your favorite cartoon characters. And it could be from any decade. I'm doing my era, which is always 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s when or late 80s when I started to have children. And so I'm not sure about that yet, but right now we're just going to talk about journal covers and then some things you can curate for pages, because that's where we're starting on our first Saturday constructing our journals. So let me go ahead and clear off my desk. All right, so some of the things you're going to want to gather, and some of this is a repeat from our launch, but I'm giving you some time to get your things together so that we can do this, is going to be these small little fun packs by Kellogg's. I left it in the packaging because I wanted to tell you, do not throw out the packaging. Keep the packaging they came in. We're going to repurpose the packaging right here. I was so upset because I remember when we were kids, there used to be this little cardboard section, and they don't do that anymore. It's just the plastic packaging. This is I wanted to show you that a lot of the cereals that I grew up with as a kid are still in here. They just changed I think made them better, but they just changed the packaging. The only one I'm upset about is Corn Pops, because it does not have the cowboy on it anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But yeah, so I wanted to show you that this one is from 1973. So from when I was a kid, these were the snack packs that we used to get. They have request packs. I don't know what that was. Then they had the jumbo assortment, which I feel like there was always like 10 in it. So they actually made jumbo assortment and turned it into 9. But anyway, all right. Okay, it says 18. So there were 18 individual servings. Kellogg's Corn Flakes, Rice Krispies, Sugar Frosted Flakes, Sugar Pops, Special K, Raisin Bran, Sugar Smacks, Fruit Loops, and Product 19. Another snack pack I wanted to show you that was out, but they don't make them anymore, and that was the Postins. So they had Sugar Crisps in it, Bran Flakes, Grape Nuts, which my dad always loved, and Raisin Bran. These are probably a lot more healthy, but oh my goodness, I want to try to find these bowls. I want these bowls. I want the Sugar Crisp bowl. Oh my goodness. Or even the Grape Nuts. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Look at this kid on the Raisin Bran licking his lips. I would not want Sugar Crinkles because I'm not a big clown fan, but I know a lot of you are. So anyway, if anybody ever comes across any of these, let me know. Okay, so that being said, we're going to definitely, I'm going to take this off, but I'm going to save the packaging. And I also want you to not dig into your boxes yet, because we're going to make 2 different types of journals with the boxes. And also we're going to end up using some other things on these. Oh no. Well, I'm going to have to use a heat tool. So they glue dotted them They're glue dotted together. Okay, just so FYI, just make sure, okay, that does roll off. That's good. Just make sure that you slowly peel it apart so you don't ruin it. And I love that they are double-sided. That's awesome. So this snack pack, look at, and they've got Snap, Crackle, and Pop on there. Tony the Tiger and Toucan Sam are on there. So yeah, so save that because we're definitely gonna reuse it as junk journalers. You know, we're not gonna let anything go to waste. So we have Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, Cocoa Krispies, Snap, Crackle, Pop. We have the Corn Pops, which there is no character on Corn Pops. Why? Why did they take the cowboy off of the Corn Pops? That is my question. Kellogg's, why did you do that? And then we have the Apple Jacks. So we have Apple Jacks, and we are good to go. The other thing that you can get, General Mills came out with a couple of different boxes, and these came out last year. I don't know if you can still get these, but you can look for them. And they had the Frankenberry, they had the Boo Berry Crunch and the Count Chocula, but I really loved the fact that it had strawberries. He's got strawberry fingernails on him, which I've never noticed that before. And yeah, I love this one. And then the other one that I got, it was a limited edition, was the Strawberry and Cream, the Pebbles. And they've got strawberries and Dino, and they've got Pebbles and Bam Bam. And so I'm going to be doing these two are going to be strawberry themed journals along with the television, but they're going to have a stronger strawberry theme. And so because I have been collecting stuff for a strawberry themed journal right here, but I didn't really want to do, even though I do have some strawberry shortcake, I didn't want it to be strawberry shortcake, you know, heavy. And so I thought that doing the Saturday morning TV would be perfect for, you know, the whole strawberry theme, and it would be different than kind of just strawberry shortcake. Not that there's anything wrong with strawberry shortcake. Okay, so anyway, and these run about $5, but you're gonna get, well, okay. So we're gonna do some things with the actual box, and then we're gonna do some other things using the box for covers too. So stay tuned for that. You're gonna want to collect that. Now, if you don't want to go and get, which by the way, they're only 100 calories. So if you want and it actually is made with sugar. They took out the corn syrup out of that one. Is the corn syrup in this one anymore? Rice. Nope, it's got regular sugar in it. So that's good. Let's see. Did they take out... Okay, so these have not changed yet from, you know, some of the dyes that they want to switch out of cereals. So that hasn't happened yet, but it does have regular sugar in it, not high fructose corn syrup or corn syrup, which is good. Okay, the other thing is you might want to do it, if you can find a TV guide, this is from 1973. If you can find a TV guide that may have your favorite characters on it, then you know, you might want to use that as your cover. Or let's see, I also pulled some VHS covers that I had. So Bugs Bunny, and then this one is Foghorn Leghorn. And then I've got Tom and Jerry. I've got the Smurfs. This is original 1980s. I've got Buffy from that show called Family Affair. I don't know if you remember that one. Captain Kangaroo, which I didn't realize until we were doing the launch that Captain Kangaroo was part of the Saturday morning lineup. I totally forgot that. I was thinking it was like more like every morning, but I don't think that my parents would have let me watch it in the morning, only during the week going to school, because yeah, I always woke up late. So then we have Casper the Friendly Ghost. We have Cindy Bear featuring Yogi Bear. And then Dennis the Menace. I've got this one called TV Pals. And I have the Flintstones. And I have a kids TV guide. So there are those kind of covers that you can think about using. And then you can also use the soft VHS. You could do these. You could back these. I'm going to use these as actual pages in mine. But you can take those out. So raid your kids' VHS if they've got these. What I would do is I would just make like okay, just for your own personal use to put in your VHS so you know what the VHSs are. You might want to just scan this and then make a copy and throw it in the VHS case and then take this out and use it. So that is my suggestion there. You also could use the covers of comic books. So I have the Jetsons and I have Betty and Veronica. And I know I have several other ones that I could use as covers, but there's a lot of fun advertisements in these also to use, so you can use those as covers. Some ideas for some fabric. My fabric that I'm going to use for some of these has not come in yet. I'm waiting on it, but as soon as I get it, hopefully it'll come in for next Saturday. But some of the things I pulled were some just bright, colorful, vintage fabrics. These are some squares of reproduction fabrics of feed sack. So I did pull those because they were kind of in the color scheme. So I pulled things that were in the color scheme of the boxes. And then I have like this vintage fabric, which I love. I thought about using this on the corn pop one. And I may find a little sticker of a cowboy because I want a cowboy on my corn pops. And then I have this little, I don't know, it's some vintage fabric from the Flintstones that I had in my stash. I've got some Jetsons that was sent to me by a friend. And then, thank you, Kelly. And then I have this vintage retro television fabric that I've had for a really long time. It's a Riley Blake print. See if you can get it. So those are some thoughts for fabrics. There is a new fabric that is out that you can still get a hold of, and that's the one I ordered, and oh my gosh, it's adorable. And so I will show you that when that comes in. And yeah, so that's going to be covers, our thoughts for covers. Okay. So if you want to make a fabric cover and not even go the route, you can do it this way, not even go the route of buying the boxes of cereal. Some other things that you can, so now let's talk about some paper. The paper that I'm going to be using, I told you that I had this line. It's from October Afternoon. I know you can't get it anymore. And also from TV Dinner from Cosmo Cricket. And this one was called Saturday Morning. So if you have these in your stash, please pull them out. Let's use them because they're so cute. And this is like the perfect project for them. And so I'm going to be using those. However, if you do not have these, I found this one at Walmart. And I thought this would be a really cute paper line to use. It's called Sunny Days. So, and one of the reasons why I liked it was it's just like very retro, like flower power. Look how cute this would be. Like just total, like, you know, it reminds me of Banana Splits, the Banana Split show. And so if you liked Honey Crisps, this would be a good one to use with the honeybees on it if you were a Honey Crisp person. But yeah, so like for Apple Jacks, I mean, I think that they're with the daisies. I think this one is a really cute one to use if you cannot find coarse gingham, you gotta love yourself some gingham. And then there's some other ones in here. This one for Fruit Loops, I'm thinking for my Fruit Loop ones, I'm gonna do more like fruity pages and things like that in the Fruit Loop one. So if you have any fruit papers, but I think this one's gonna be perfect for this project. And I think this one would be good for the Cocoa Krispies. If you want to pull this. So I think this one's a really good one. You can get this one at Walmart. I'll put a link below, or you'll see like a little pop-up. This is shopping or whatever. I did pull out some of the cute daisy paper already, and where is the lemon one? Did I pull that out for something else? Oh no, here it is. So even that for the fruit, it's got apples. So even for like Apple Jacks, that would be really cute paper in the Apple Jacks one, because it has the apples, the blueberries, and the lemons. So I think that this would be a really good, look at that. And it's kind of like a kid's, or like, your tablecloth. Back when we would camp, we would put those gingham tablecloths down out on the picnic table. And this just reminds me of, Saturday morning camping out. And then my parents would buy these boxes for us when we camped all the time. And one of the things and they don't do it anymore, but they used to have an X on the back. Now, if you remember that, give me some kind of, give me the cereal bowl, the bowl emoji. If you remember when you were a kid, we would have the X on the back. And so you would cut the X open, and then inside was the bag, and it was like a waxy glassine kind of a bag. And then you would cut the bag open, and then you would just pour your milk in, and you would eat right out of the box. Who remembers doing that as a kid? So we used to do that all the time. Road trips in the car. Oh my gosh, a gallon of milk and boxes of these little cereals, and keep our family. My parents were very smart. And see, it has yellow gingham. So I think, like I said, I think this one's going to be a really cute paper line. But I'm sure, shop your stash. If you're going to do these, pull them. Go through your fabrics, go through your papers. I'm sure that you have papers that you can use that will go with these. Fruity papers for the Fruit Loops. If you want to do like more jungle theme for the Frosted Flakes, or a zoo theme, pull out that for that. Cocoa Krispies, everything chocolate, like anything chocolate, or if you want to make like a little Willy Wonka one, like I just did that candy series, that would be a good one to do also on the inside. I want to keep mine more Saturday morning and television, but this will give you some options in case you don't have like the paper that I'm going to be using. And again, like pages, you could use solid pages and then put some of these in. Of course, they'll get cut down. I may just cut down and like fold this like that and put that in. Like, look at how cute that would be in the Apple Jacks. I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. I'm doing Power Rangers only because that was my daughter's favorite. So that'll definitely go in one. But yeah, so that is the series that we're doing. I'm going to leave you on this note. We're going to do a little, a little trivia question. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Which of the Jetsons attended the Little Dipper School? Does anybody remember? If you remember, without doing a search on it, put it in the answered underneath. And then I will give you what the answer is on my next video. Maybe I'll do a short of what the answer is this week. So keep your eye out on that. Okay. So again, the question is, which of the Jetsons attended the Little Dipper School? Okay. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Go through your stash and start pulling things. Some other stuff totally forgot, it's down by my feet, is you're going to need trim. So pull a bunch of trims. I've got all different kinds, and I've got like fun, colorful trims. So what I did was I took my boxes of cereal, laid them out on the table, and then went through all my trims. So I pulled pineapple trim, I had cherry trim, I had unicorns, because remember there was I think Lucky Charms had a unicorn one out. So I have unicorns. I've got all kinds of different, this one I pulled for the Cocoa Krispies, and I don't know how brown heavy I'm going to be with this one. I'm probably going to pull more from the yellows and the blues. I pulled fun trim. I pulled vintage trim. Look how fun this is. And yeah, so go through all of your trims and try to find, you can pull tiny little crocheted trim like this. I'm doing orange. I'm going to pull a lot of orange for the frosted flakes. So I think that will be really cute. I found oranges for the Fruit Loop one. So I pulled a lot of like fruit ones that I had. I had this pineapple one. So go through and look and see what all you can find. I found this ombre one, which I thought would be fun too, to add as like a closure or something like that. So you want to look through that. Look through your fibers. These are going to make great, fun little embellishments with your fibers. So I have that. I've got like this fiber. I've got all kinds of little fibers that I've pulled in this basket. So I'm gonna, of course, I went crazy, so I'm gonna have to go find something that's bigger than this basket. And then what I'm gonna do is hold on one second, sorry. I am going to do a cart setup with you, I think one Saturday. Maybe on the next Saturday, we will set up an IKEA cart. So you wanna start to pull your things together. The first step is for your cover. So trims, fabric, and some kind of substrate that you're going to use as a cover, and then start to pull pages for the inside of the journals, okay? But don't cut into your boxes yet, because we're going to do 2 different projects with our boxes. So don't cut into these just yet. All right, I will see you soon. Bye, guys.
Come join in on the fun and grab your glue gun. It's the Preppy Crafty Girl Show.